Hey, so I find it interesting how many people think that Alcoholics Anonymous is sort of a benign support group. Even people that are in AA who are sort of insulated in their small meeting of 40 women or 50 guys, even in like a big place like Hollywood or Los Angeles where I live, that think, oh, AA is just these small groups. And even though they know that there's supposedly a couple of million worldwide, the numbers are really not so big and they are declining. And we know they're declining by the amount of money that gets sent to New York, but because the old-timers, even old-timers that like AA, are leaving in droves because of one, court ordering of people who don't want to be there. And then there's a whole other group of professionals that are forced to go there, which are pilots, nurses, and doctors, who also don't want to be there. So that kind of energy is, a real turnoff for a real stepper. And the thing that I was really shocked, even while making the film, The 13th Step, that's on Amazon or Vimeo, but like how infested it was in the courts. Like I sat in courtrooms because of some of the murder trials that I was introduced to by making the film, of seeing people forced to go there against their will. Of course, every DUI is sent there in California through like the AB 541 class. And if you don't know any better, you think like, oh, I have to do this. I mean, I know a young person who went to a meeting and was like, this is like really religious. This is really Christian. Why is the government sending me there? To see how infested it is in probation. If you get probation and you had anything related to drugs or alcohol, you will be told you have to go to AA. You'll be told that you can't drink anything. Prohibition is all together in that. And that if you seek help, the chances are that 95% of those treatment centers are going to be 12-step based. Hollywood, totally infested with Alcoholics Anonymous. Movie after movie, shows like Mom, like one big commercial, Movies like Flight with Denzel Washington, you're like, really, dude? Like, at the end, you're gonna, like, what? Like, do you not know that there's something called Smart Recovery, Harm Reduction, SOS, Women for Sobriety, Moderation Management, MAT, Medically Assisted Treatment? Like, hello, like, 1935 bullshit Alcoholics Anonymous that's never been updated, people sitting around and praying, is not science. It is not cutting edge anything. So it's really, and even journalists, wow, to find out how many journalists joined Alcoholics Anonymous and how many stories are like, well, so-and-so passed and they had 25 years and blah, blah, blah. Like, we really care? We don't care. Why is that even in their bio? Really, guys? Like, that's something to be proud of? I was like a fucking loser. I was a drunk. And, oh, now I'm dead, but I'm great because I was sober 25. I didn't drink a drop for 25 years. Like, who gives a crap? But this in our society has become like, there's like people like the guy who's the mayor of Boston, right? Like, he's an outed stepper. There was the governor of Texas was an outed stepper. I think her name is Richardson. My name. Anyway, it's really crazy. And just know, if you hate it, you're not alone. There's a ton of us out there. Leaving AA is a blog. Find us on Facebook and Twitter. Deprogramming from AA, Leaving AA. If you want to make it safer, there's a group for that. If you want to expose it, there's a group for that. But mainly, there's other ways besides Alcoholics Anonymous. And a great new book is called The Freedom Model. And The Sober Truth is a great book. You've Been Lied To is a great book by Hank Hayes. There are a ton of smart recovery meetings now. There's medically assisted treatment. There's a Center for Motivation and Change out of New York. There's another place called Non-12-Step Treatment. There's Practical Recovery out of San Diego that does outpatient, completely based on smart recovery. So there are alternatives, right? And if you need to reach me, you can reach me at makeaasafer@gmail.com. Don't be afraid by that. It's just my old email. I'm Monica Richardson. I'm the filmmaker of The 13th Step, but we're really getting into being more activists and orientated to creating change. And if you want to be a part of that, or if you've been harmed in some way, if you're a professional that is being forced there against your will and that you can't fly or you can't practice being a nurse or doctor, then you want to contact me. And we're gonna fight this. We're gonna fight it. So don't give up. You're not alone. We're here.